Yes, everybody, and welcome back to another stream on the channel. I hope everyone is doing well. Oh my god, the comments are already. Smash up the likes, hit the subscribe. We are back live again. We've got some big news confirmed from Fabrizio Romano that Liverpool are going to be bidding again, and it's looking like the alleged bid is going to be 115 million euros, which is just absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane. 115 million euros is the talk of the town. That is the talk of the town, and I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts and opinions on that. I mean, look, it's crazy, isn't it? 115 million for Jan Diamande. I mean, just crazy, isn't it? Crazy, crazy, crazy. But if everyone is doing well, make sure you're smashing up the like button, hitting the subscribe. We've already got over 36 of you in the building, which, yeah, we're going to discuss chat. I mean, people already said, let's have guild talk. Chat, we'll have guild talk later in the show, I promise. We'll do more guild talk. But I do want to speak about the football. Liverpool, 115 million euros. They are going to be coming back in for a big bid for Jan Diomande after he put in a decent performance today, in my opinion, for Ivory Coast in, unfortunately, their 2-1 loss against Germany. And Liverpool are spending big. They're getting the credit card out. They are getting the credit card out. Paul says, we need to stop this madness of chasing a Diamande that's had a breakout season to the point where willing to pay an extortionate fee or to stupidity in the highest order. But look at the names that we're also being linked with. Look at the names. The thing is, chat, look, people know this. I'm not Jan Diamande's biggest fan. But you're telling me you lot would take the likes of Minter at Brighton, who I think is garbage. If the deal is done, it will be a great signing for Liverpool's history. Look, you'd look back at Liverpool's greatest, biggest signings in terms of for value, in terms of for fees. The only one that's actually relatively flopped is Darwin Núñez. Isak, as obviously only came in a year ago. Wirtz came in a year ago. This is the market, chat. You have to spend this amount of money on players now because, unfortunately, we live in a market where these players are going to be going for the big prices. Because if you look at it and deep it, right, the game has changed with players with transfers now. You know, £100 million player now is probably a 60, £50 million player. That the game has changed. Right when market is shut, he's the best option by miles. And I agree with you. If you're looking long term, Jan Diamande is 19, although I do think he does look about 30. You know, we're looking at what Liverpool need, chat. What does Liverpool need? We need pacey, direct, dribblers into the box who can create his chances and who can score his goals. Yan Diomande is that. Look, I've made this very clear. Look, do I think Yan Diomande will be a success at Liverpool? Probably, because Liverpool signings tend to do really well, right? When it comes to these sort of fees, but it is just simply the price for me. But then I sit in deep. We live in a market where, unfortunately, we have to pay premium. So you're saying Diamande looks 30 because, I mean, no, Wesley, so don't just put words into my mouth. Like, let's not, again, you know what, for that comment, we'll time you out for that because we ain't having stupid shit like that being said on the fucking channel, mate. Laser Markovic will be a good signing. You look at Minter, right, at Brighton. Are you taking Minter at Brighton? Are you taking Minter at Brighton? Because I'm certainly not. 7GA. Sorry. Minter's fucking bang average, chat. Would you rather have a man who can dribble into the box, who's dynamic, who's direct, as Diamande is, or would you rather have a bang average talent in Minter? By the way, Minter will probably cost you at least 70, 80 million as well. This is fucking Brighton. I do think Liverpool will get the deal done this week. Obviously, I know it's technically Sunday, but I mean probably next week. Just simply due to the facts of it is also looking like that Paris Saint-Germain are looking to be coming to the table for him as well. That is also the talk of the town, that Paris Saint-Germain are going to be coming to the table for Yan Diomande. Now, what's going to happen over there with Bradley Barcola? Because we know that PSG probably need to maybe move on an attacker. Because I can't see a world where PSG have attackers of Gonçalo Ramos, Bradley Barcola, Yan Diomande, Kvaratskhelia, Desiree Doué, Ousmane Dembele. You got Kang, what's his name? I agree with you on Minter being absolutely needy. He's more than fucking needy. Honestly, and I can't bang this on enough, I'd rather just go and sign Jab Bone for 25 million. I mean, I was on a show last night. I had a man telling me that he's going to cost 45 million. He's not going to cost 45 fucking million. He's not going to cost 45 million. Chat, by the way, I've got a special show tonight. Because apparently Harry Kane is not world class. Apparently Yamal is not world class. Apparently Rian Gamo's a generational talent. Is on the same levels as Lamine Yamal. That's what certain people were saying to me yesterday. So we'll be discussing that tonight. A big up to Red Rihanna in the chat. Talk of the town as there are rumours Tottenham have offered a contract to Gakpo and are ready to pay important money for him. Listen, go and get Gakpo. Go and get Gakpo. Just be kind when I said, Exactly. He's more than meaty. He's crap. We are going to defend every single title in England and European football, but let's not forget about the VOD of defence and midfield. I think Liverpool, chat, I've made this very clear. I think Liverpool are very relaxed about this transfer window. No streams again last night. That's because I was on Uncle's stream. Whoever thinks Ingamo is on the same level as your man is deluded. No, that wasn't the worst one. I got told that Harry Kane apparently and Michael Elise aren't world class. I almost fell off my seat and fainted. Someone would have had to call 999 because I would have fainted that bad. It's a good job I drank some water to dehydrate. Who said that? Uncle and Copfather and some other guy. Apparently, Elise, Kane and Yamal aren't world class, but apparently Yamal's on the. Apparently, Engamo's on the. Apparently, if you won a Champions League, you're world class. So is Ryan Brewster world class? Hey, yeah, that's the talk of the town, chat. Apparently, he's world class. Apparently, hey, we let other people have those conversations, but chat. If you are new, make sure you smash up the like button, hitting the subscribe. It's massively, massively important you do so. What's this comment here? Bowen won't leave London. Yeah, I agree. An experienced 17-year-old is world class, but Elise Kane is not. Fucking hell, some people talk. Listen, they're coming to the Lions' Den tonight, chat. Listen, I need you lot in your fucking forces tonight because honestly, I couldn't win the debate. I fucking tried. Yeah, but I just got shut down apparently. Apparently I'm 21 years old. And apparently I've not seen enough good footballers apparently. But apparently Elise and Kane aren't world class. Oh God. Apparently, Gianluigi Buffon wasn't a world-class goalkeeper, I got told. Apparently, Buffon is not a world-class goalkeeper. What? Nobody said he's world-class, but he has the world-class potential. No, I'm not about... Can you have a word with Rods to unblock me, lol? I'll try. I will try. They're coming on the channel tonight, I think. I need to message them. I think they are coming on the channel tonight, which is going to be insane. But yeah, bless up to 53 of you already in the building, man. I appreciate the love and support lately, chat. Honestly, it's very heartwarming. But no, talk to me, chat. Diamande, thoughts? 115 million euros. Now, I'm no fucking conversion man. Yeah, I'm just a normal bloke who just goes live on YouTube. I think in my Bundes Buffon wasn't world class, yeah, but right. I promise you, chat. Right, we'll do half an hour of footy talk and then we'll do girl talk. Yeah, we will do girl talk again because you man seem to fucking love it. Right, talk to me, Diamande for that price. Thoughts? Are you happy? Do you just not care? Look, I'm one of these people where you got people in the fan base complaining, oh, we don't spend enough money, oh, we don't do enough this and that. Okay, so you bitch when we don't spend money, you bitch when we do. How about you just being a fucking bitch? Just pay. Enrique obviously rates him, he's better judged than most. The stream yesterday was jokes. Too much. My alternatives, Diomande, Elise, Fernandez. Oh, I like that Noosa kid. Are you on about Noosa from Leipzig? Big up Yusa, big up Reacts. Bless up to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. But chat, listen, Diamande, I think it's going to happen. We're going to beat PSG to something. They may beat us in the Champions League. We're going to beat them to a transfer. Hold that, you fucking sausage. Listen, I had a lovely baguette yesterday. Quite expensive, but that's how the modern day market's going for young talents who have a good season and have an all-right World Cup so far. People also need to remember as well, Leipzig are a selling club. Let's be honest, Leipzig are a tin pot club, right? They've won a couple Pokals, yeah. Exactly. Nusa scored 4 goals last season, bet they would 180 million. Chat, this is the market because they know clubs will pay it. I guarantee you this, chat, and I will happily put my everything I own on it. If PSG signed him, he'll be cheaper. Why? Because there's more money in the Premier League. There's more money from a Premier League club, despite PSG having rich owners. Why do you think Kvaratskhelia went to PSG for 60 million? But for Liverpool, the talk of the town was 80 plus million because there's more money in the Premier League long term. We were supposed to get Nusa at my club, but went for Gordon, my lord. Listen, I want some mine, Anthony Gordon. 120. I think it's going to be 115 to 120 million euros, which is going to be about 90 million. It's expensive. I can't lie. It is expensive, but I do think it's not like we're buying some random bum and there's not a talent there. Diomande clearly has talent, right? He fits the Liverpool mould. He fits the Liverpool mould in terms of what we need in an Andolia Iraola system. You think about this logically, right? What you look at the Bournemouth attack: Krupi, Ryan, Semenyo, right before Semenyo left. What do they all offer? Direct, pacey, can dribble with a football, can press, and they can get in behind. That is exactly what Yan Diomande has. The one thing I want to see more from Yan Diomande that I've not seen too much of him as, he needs to shoot more. Because if you're going to be playing right wing for Liverpool, you've got to be shooting. He's a very unselfish player, which I do think is not a bad thing, and you can nurture that out of a player to shoot more, because I do think he has in his locker. Although he did have some funky ass wild shots yesterday. Look, I thought he was really good in that first half. I thought he was very direct. I thought he was very prolific. Okay. Yes, he is incredibly raw still. He's 19 years old. Like I said earlier, I don't know how. He's a player we need to do a fucking passport check on because that brother does not look fucking 19. I'm telling you this now. If Antonio, if he looks 19, when I go and get a fresh trim, I look about 4 years old. if you're going based off that, I look about 4 years old if he looks 19. Because I'm only 2 years. That means I'm only 2 years older than him. Yeah, we need to do a fucking passport check. I can't lie. But I am coming around to the signing of it, chat. I am coming around to the signing of it because look, if this was when Liverpool will make the second bid for Yan Diomande, well, we already put in that alleged bid of whatever the bid was, and then we put in an official bid. The talk of the town is that Liverpool. The talk of the town, Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that Liverpool will be coming back for a bid, and it's also confirmed that the bid's probably going to be around 115 million euros. So, look, the bid I reckon the bid's already in. Big up Raid, big up everyone. Wait, Fozzie's just raided the channel. Bless up to Fozz if he has. I think he has. I don't know. Bid will be I don't know what that means. Wait, Clive, did Fozzie just raid the channel? Because I didn't get the notification. The men's 16 minutes go. Yeah. It is mental, chat. I can't lie. But listen, we got to do the business. Nemetri, yeah, we are being linked with him. As well. We'll speak a little bit about him. We've got 68 people in the building, chat. He will be. Oh, bless up to him, man. What a fucking G he is. Make sure you subscribe to Fozzie TV, chat. Get that brother to 5K. I'm not joking, yeah. We have got 70 people watching. Make sure you're smashing up the likes. You're hitting the subscribe button. We want to try and get to 3,000 subscribers in the coming weeks. Pause. Right? And with all your help, we will very much get there. So let's try and also get to 50 likes. That is the target on today's stream. But Diamande, yeah? You look at Liverpool's attack. Ekitike has pace and direct. Isak, I actually think he's got pace and direct, although people think Isak's slow. I mean, I disagree, right? We also are forgetting, chat, right? We don't have a right winger at the club. We don't have a right winger. We have Jerry. If Liverpool was to play a football match tomorrow, right? And our first game's Newcastle. Let's say the Premier League season started tomorrow. Our first game would be Newcastle, yeah? Frimpong would be starting right wing. It's not like we're buying a player for depth. We need a right wing. Chiesa right wing. No. We need someone for the future, someone for the here and now. Chiesa, in my opinion, will be sold. Manons can cover right also. Yes. I think Manons is the Chiesa replacement. And the reason why I think he's the Chiesa replacement is because I think Cody Gakpo will go to Tottenham. Liverpool will try and get Bradley Barcola, right? So then you've got Bradley Barcola, Rian Gamoa left wing, right? Isaac Ekitike strikers, right? The right wing, you'll actually have an out-and-out right winger in Diamande. And then you've got Victor Manons, who can play across the front three. Fozzie Raid, I think Fozzie has just raided the channel. If Fozzie has just raided the channel, Foz, I love you a lot, my friend. We'll definitely sort out some content very soon. And if there's any mods in the chat, can you get Fozzie's link for me in the chat, please? Get Fozzie's link in the chat. Make sure you show him some love, chat. And make sure you're subscribing to Fozzie's channel. Get him to 5K. One of the most underrated Liverpool content creators. Listen, I will be honest with you, when it comes to a tactical side of things, he's better than me. Yeah. So if you want to go and watch like a YouTuber that will actually speak tactical and stuff like that, make sure you go and subscribe to Fozzie. He knows his stuff, and you can definitely learn a thing or two. Yeah, make sure you click in that link and you're subscribing to his channel. We've got 80 people in the building. I want to see him trying to get as close as 5K as possible, okay? So bless up to Foz for the raid. Much love, my friend, all the time, and hopefully the family is doing well for you, my friend. And yeah, I can't lie, he is smashing also the World Cup watch along. So I was watching his World Cup watch along the other day. I tuned in, a man was talking about crisps and stuff. So you get a lot on that channel, you get banter, you get football talk, you get serious talk, and yeah, so make sure you show him some love, click the link. So yeah, bless up to everybody. But no, everyone that's coming in from the raid, hope you're all doing well. Let me know what you think about Yan Diomande. Are you happy about the fee? Are you happy about the player? For the people that's just joining in the stream, look, Yan Diomande, there's certain things I like about him as a player. Like I said, direct, pacey, good tempo. He can press. He'll be a player for the next decade. And bearing in mind, I was actually watching Mark Goldbridge's video this morning. I don't really watch Mark Goldbridge, but he mentioned a really good point, right? You're bringing him in, right, for let's say 100 million. Right, let's just say it's 100 million. It's 150 million euros, but let's just convert it to my currency, 100 million. Okay? If you bring him in for 10 years, you've made your money back because he's clearly been a success if he's been at your club for 10 years. If you sell him in 5 years to Real Madrid or Barcelona, you're making 1.5 of your money back. You're definitely selling him for 150 million. He's come in, he's won you a couple of trophies, and you've made a profit on him. So either way, this signing will be a success. And if we're talking big signings at Liverpool Football Club, name me a signing that's flopped, you could argue, other than Darwin Núñez. Other than Darwin Núñez, like, name me a signing that's flopped. I'm not having Isak or Wirtz yet. They've been at the club for a year. Isak broke his leg. Wirtz was getting played out of position by a manager that doesn't have a clue what he's doing, right? And Alisson was 65 million, Van Dijk 75 million. These big signings have always done well for Liverpool. So Szoboszlai 70 million, successful signing. Mo Salah, to be fair, was 35 million, to be fair. But, if we're talking big signings at Liverpool, name me a signing that has actually flopped when they've actually been given time. Florian Wirtz hasn't actually been given time. I'm talking big money, like ridiculous money. Like Andy Carroll's 45 million, which back in those days was probably worth 80 million if we're comparing the market rates. Naby Keita, 54 million we paid for him. I mean, look, the thing is with Naby Keita, injuries just killed the bloke. I actually thought Naby Keita was a very good, technically sound footballer. Injuries killed him, and his mentality wasn't there. He didn't really seem like he was, I don't know, mentally checked in with Liverpool. Like when you saw him in the training and the way he just spoke very lethargic, very uneased. Like he just didn't really give a toss, you know. And the one thing I like about Yan Diomande, he's got a mentality, he's got a mindset. He wants to win. And that's what this fucking football club should be doing. You see this? Premier League champions on the side of this badge. We won the league in one of these kits, right? We should be aiming to get back to there. Premier League champions, not top four, not a League Cup like Arne Slot saying we're happy to be out of the cup competition. No, we should be able to win the league. And that's something I like about the player. And that's something I like about Andoni Iraola. He wants to come here to win. Not here for a good time or a vibe, because I'm sure he could just go to fucking Ibiza, or if he certainly wants to have a good time, you can go to Magaluf. Listen, if you've been to Magaluf, you're damn right now. I mean, I think everyone knows what Magaluf is kind of famous for. But if you really want to have a really good time, hey, go to Colombia. Hey, market opportunities over there. 120 million for young stars, way too much. I get that. But you have to pay premium. We're dealing with a football club in RB Leipzig who are well known for getting a hard bargain. Benjamin Sesko, 75 million last summer. Konate with Liverpool, 45 million at the time. Szoboszlai, 70 million. RB Leipzig know how to get a good price. They know how to get a price. They know how to get a good fee for what is required, right? It's not like we're dealing with a Bayer Leverkusen or a Mönchengladbach or something of this ilk. We're dealing with a football club who is a wealthy football club which is owned by Red Bull, by the way. That is a multi-club route. Obviously, they've got links with Salzburg. They've got links to that other club that's in the MLS. Is it like Red Bull Summit in the MLS, right? They've got Jurgen Klopp at the helm. This is what I said on Coppish TV. Jamie and Philip Channel Football Series finishing top 5 isn't good enough. We don't celebrate top 4. We celebrate winning trophies. Exactly. Listen, I've had some unbelievable times, following Liverpool where we've not ended up winning trophies, where I've gone to unbelievable games and stuff. But the most important is that when I have children, I want to tell them about how I saw domination. I want to see domination in my lifetime. When I speak to my granddad, right, about the 70s and the 80s and how Liverpool did back-to-back European Cups, They did back-to-back league titles and had dominance and upon dominance. I want that. I don't get why you wouldn't want that for your club. Liverpool are showing a true level of intent by bringing in a hot prospect talent in Diamande. Now, like I said, I think he's worth the money now, but you're paying for the future. How many times have we sat here as fans and been like, fuck's sakes, why didn't we just pay the fee? Now he's gone to Paris Saint-Germain. It happened with, we talk about PSG, right? They took Kvaratskhelia offers. Did we not all sit here and say, why did we move for him? If he goes to PSG and bangs, we're all going to be sat there thinking, why didn't we go for him? Look at the names who are going to be the backup names to Diomande. They're horrific. Name me a better, maybe young prospect in the age bracket of a Diamande with his age. That's performing on a World Cup, right? Performing for a decent club in RB Leipzig. Exactly. Bruno says, I'm 28 years old. I've only seen Liverpool win the league twice. I want to see a dynasty. We've got a manager who's going to play good, pragmatic football. Everyone's going to get on side. We've got a manager, in my opinion, that can be proven to win trophies. Right? So why not go and back him? Back the manager. We've seen it too many times where we've brought in managers that are good and we've not fucking backed them. Back the fucking manager. Right? I don't want to see no excuses. Yo, bless up to Views for the Raid. Chat, can someone go and get Views on Sports' channel link in the chat for me, please? Bless up for the raid, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Listen, back-to-back raids on a live stream is absolutely mental. 83 of you in the building. 83 gorgeous people in the building. Bless up to you all, man. I hope everyone's having a fantastic Sunday, even a Sunday roast. Listen, are you spending the day with your dads, your granddads? I texted my granddad this morning. Yeah, bless up to all the fathers out there if you've got any children. What a gift of God that is. And yeah, bless up to Views for the Raid, my friend, and bless up to Fozzie again for the raid. Appreciate you two people very, very much. So yeah, so we can get Views on Sports' channel link in the description. It will be massively, massively appreciated. Now, I do want to say this about Liverpool's attack, right? How many times have we gone into a season, right, where we've been disappointed with a transfer window? This is what I have been saying. If Diamande goes to PSG, those people will be saying, why don't we buy him? Thank you. How many times have we missed out on players where we've not paid that extra 5-10 million quid? How many times? Real talk. How many times have we gone in for players, whether it's been too late or not? You've seen that with fucking Mark Gahey last summer. We went in for Gahey on fucking deadline day. Why didn't we just pay the 35 million a few weeks or a few months before? But we dillied and dallied. And that's what we can't afford to do because it's looking at PSG are going to come to the table for him. Jude Bellingham comes to mind. Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Enzo Fernandez. Romeo Lavia is a perfect example. How many times did we bid for Romeo Lavia where we took the piss with the bids? When we knew full well what we needed to pay to get the bid? How many times? Romeo Lavia is a banging example. 3 bids we put in for that guy. We thought we were slick and go and get Caicedo. We tried running him back to our ex in Lavia, and we got rejected. We've seen it. We've seen this story too many times because we took the piss over 5 million. Facts. We can't afford to be doing that. Whether you rate Yan Diamande or not, right? Whether you think he's worth 2 million or whether you think he's worth the 120 million euros. But what we need to be doing here is becoming a good established football club, showing big level of intent to the rivals, to our attackers. We actually want to build a good team. I think Yan Diamande has the potential to really light up the Premier League because, like I said, I think he's got the mentality. I think he's got the mindset for a Liverpool player. You know, you need a certain mentality and a mindset to be there to play for Liverpool, especially in the attack. And you look at what Mo Salah said, right? Look at what Mo Salah said. He's worried about the future of the club, about the mentality and the mindset. because he's the first one in out the gym, in and out the gym. Look at that Steven Gerrard interview he did. And we have an opportunity to bring in somebody, right, that is a hot prospect. Yes, we probably are paying 50, 60 million too much, but you're buying it for the long term. Do you know what I mean? I will have to. I will try and sort out more mods very soon, my friend. 93 of you in the building, by the way. Bless up to every single one of you. I appreciate every single one of you, man. And if you are new, make sure you smash the like, and the subscribe. Let me go through some more comments, read out some more. I think we should be focusing on more the team's balance rather than keep making the same mistakes. We should be getting a DM through the door before anything else. I'm in a complete agreement with you. I think Liverpool do need to be buying midfielders. Liverpool do need to be buying centre-backs. But I'm kind of liking the approach from Liverpool this summer transfer round. The fact that we're working on one player at once, unless a player that we like comes to the table and we need to go and act to get him, like a Victor Manons. Newcastle was going to get the deal done. We was like, no, we've got interest. Let's act. That's what I want to see from my club. You know, bringing in these players like a Victor Manons, right? Who is unknown. And you know what? That's actually exciting, the fact that he's unknown. I don't really know too much about him because it's exciting. We need to be building a squad. We've not got a right winger. I could understand if Mo Salah was still at the club and we're going to spend this much money on Diamande. Cool. We haven't got a right winger barring Jeremy Frimpong. And let's be honest, we've got 85 people in the chat. I guarantee you, 90% of the people in the chat think Jeremy Frimpong is shit. For me, right back, we can't go through several players being right back when they are clearly not right backs. Hi from Brazil. Bless up to Brazil. I did say, yo, bless up to Brazil, by the way. I see Ronaldinho's come out of retirement. Like, absolute mental. We need to show ambition. We do. And I think we've kind of shown early signs of doing that this window. Bringing in Victor Manons, right? Hijacking that deal. Bringing in, potentially, Yan Diamande. You know, so I think we are very much showing that level of intent. We just need to continue it throughout the window. You know, so I'm not concerned in the slightest that Liverpool are not going to do business. Liverpool are going to be doing business. You know, I'm not too worried about that. I think because ultimately we fucking have to. We ultimately have to. And that's why, for me, we're not going to hear the same bollocks we heard last summer. Do you remember when Arne Slot came in? Do you remember when Arne Slot came in and the talk of the town was this? Yeah, Slot needs to assess the squad. There's no fucking assessing squad shit. Liverpool knows what they need to buy. They know what positions they need to buy. They know what Antonio Irola likes in his system. So go and get the players. There's no fucking if, buts, maybes about we need to assess the squad. You don't need to assess the squad whether you think Isak, Szoboszlai, McAllister, Kirkers or whatever are good footballers or not. Sorry, no. That bollocks spinning shit ain't gonna work this time around with me. They got away with it because Jurgen Klopp shown with that group of players that team was capable of winning a league. We just got absolutely done scrutiny with injuries. If we didn't pick up them injuries from that mark of February to May, I believe we would genuinely win the league title. The fans complain so much that the owners don't buy players, and then when we buy players for big fees, fans start complaining. What in the name of garbage is that? Facts. People moan about, oh, we're not spending, and then when we do spend, you got people saying, you know, people forget. That might be the comments of the day, and I'm going to put that on the screen. We are the only fan base who are accountants. Have people lost their minds? Are people forgetting what we are? We're meant to be fucking football fans. We're not accountants. We're not people that, you know, do stuff for the club or, you know, big boy paid journalists. Like, I'm just some random ass bloke, yeah, who just goes live on YouTube for a laugh for an hour or two a day. Chat about football, chat about Liverpool, match reactions, blah, blah, blah. Yeah? We're not accountants. People read too much into this. What's happened to the nature of just being a football fan? What happened to the nature of just sitting down watching your team on the TV or going to the stadium and supporting your team. Liverpool are not in debt. We are comfortable on the books. We can afford to do 300 million comfortably every single summer without a fucking fail. And that is an honestly damn right fact. And I don't want to hear net spend, because net spend isn't a thing. Oh, we need to sell. We don't need to. You know this whole sell to buy shit? The only people they fool is the people that don't think and use their brains. It's not our money. Exactly. We're showing level of intent by bringing in a good young prospect who could potentially be here for the next 10 years. If not, you sell him in 5 years and you probably make your money on him. It's a win-win. Unless he is just a flop, which he hasn't kicked a ball yet for Liverpool. Obviously, the deal is not done, right? You know, the bid is being confirmed for Fabrizio. The talk of the town is 150 million. Right? Cool. Right? But we have an opportunity to have a player for the next decade. Look at our attack. Isak, Ekatike, Ngamoa, now potentially Yan Diomande. We have an opportunity to build something really special in the attack. And I don't get why people are dismissing it. Like, what do people want? Look at what Iriola's system's about. Direct, pacey, getting behind, wingers. Are people still moaning about, geez, got 2 months left of the window? Darren, the window opened a week ago today. We've already signed a player from that Newcastle's hijacked. So we've already brought in a player. We're going to bring in probably the biggest transfer of the summer at Liverpool, in Yan Diamande, in the coming days. Then you probably work on the sale of Cody Gakpo potentially because he has been linked to Tottenham. And then you probably go and get Bradley Barcola. It's like what I'm seeing people saying, oh, are we not going to get Bradley Barcola now? You know what? Liverpool are really using their brains this summer. Think about when we got Ekatike. Do you remember when we got Ekatike? I remember going on Twitter and everyone was like, oh, we're not getting Isak now. We signed Ekatike, for fuck's sakes. No, the reason we signed Ekatike first and not Isak is because if we went and got Alexander Isak first for 125 million, 130 million or whatever, right, they would have used that money straight away and got Ekatike. So Liverpool used 4D chess to bring in Ekatike, right? To say, look, we've already took your target, so now you've definitely got to go around looking for a target that we don't want. I think we wanted Ekatike. I think our plan was to go for him probably in another year's time, but obviously we had to bring forward that transfer. Liverpool have done that on numerous occasions, right? When they've had to bring a transfer forward by a summer or two due to a club's been interested or whatever. You know, the first one that comes to mind is Luis Diaz with Tottenham, right? So then we went and got Isak. I think we're doing the same thing here. I genuinely believe Liverpool are doing the same thing here. I genuinely believe we're going to get Bradley Barcola because Fabrizio Romano keeps mentioning, don't forget about Barcola to Liverpool. And now you're seeing the links with Gakpo to Tottenham. The dots are starting to connect. I'm telling you now, the dots are starting to connect. So Liverpool getting Yan. I personally think we do, right? That's just my personal opinion. I think we're comfortably in the race like everyone is saying. In my personal opinion, I think Liverpool have done too much on the groundwork. How many times? Name me the last Liverpool player. No, name me more than 3 Liverpool players in the past 5 years, let's say, where we've gone for a bid and we didn't get them. Lavia, Caicedo, Zubamendi. That's probably about it. Maybe, oh, yes, for sure, many, but he was 4 years ago. It's very rare Liverpool bid for a player if they don't think they can get him. It's very rare Liverpool don't bid for a player that they don't think they can get him. I think we're going to do big in the attack. We didn't really technically bid for Bellingham, to be fair. We called our interest. Don't think we get Barcola and Diamande. I think we do. I think Gakpo goes to Tottenham. I do. I think Gakpo, the links are starting to really realise. And this is where I'm thinking I'm dotting the dimes here. Because, like I'm mentioning, right, Fabrizio keeps saying, don't forget about Barcola to Liverpool. Don't forget about Barcola to Liverpool. Why would Liverpool try and get Barcola for bringing in Yan Diamande? Why would Liverpool have 3 potentially 4 left wingers? Victor Malon's, Ringamo, Gakpo and Barcola. Chiesa will be sold. I think Victor Malon's is the replacement because I think he'll be the guy that will play across the front 3 and he'll be a good squad addition. And eventually, depending on how his development goes, he could potentially be a first-team Tarsa, right? We'll see. Then I think we keep Bradley Barcola. I think we bring in Bradley Barcola, sell Gakpo, and you've got Diomande and Barcola for the next 5 to 10 years for the left-hand side. React is just a dream. Well, it's not just a dream, though, because if you actually listen to what I'm saying, you'll understand. Listen to what I'm saying. Every single top journalist keeps saying, don't forget about Barcola to Liverpool. Liverpool still maintain their interest. Liverpool still would like to get Bradley Barcola. Yeah? Right? You think about it. You're telling me we're going to bring in Bradley Barcola with Diamande? No, because I think we're. I'm telling you this now. Look, I'm not in the know. I'm just a random bloke on YouTube. But I genuinely think we sell Gakpo and get Barcola. I do. I really, really do. And I think that's why we've not done much on Barcola's deal as opposed to Diamande. Because this is where I'm using the Ekatike thing. Because if we go and get Bradley Barcola now, let's just say we go and buy Barcola tomorrow, right? Barcola, Liverpool agreement, 80 million. Let's just pretend, yeah? Let's just say that happens. I mean, it might happen. You never know in football. What are PSG going to go and do? They're going to go straight away and get Diamande offers. So Liverpool are doing 4D chess once again, like they did with the Ekatike and Isak situation. I've seen the light. I've seen the vision. Now, tell me you think I'm just am I chatting shit? Am I speaking sense? Gakpo is off for sure. Gakpo has more offers. Milan and Atletico Madrid Bayern are interested. Exactly. Liverpool was going to sell Gakpo potentially last summer to Bayern Munich. So Liverpool keeping Gakpo fully on the books isn't off the cards. That's why Gakpo played well. He's looking for a new team. PSG have already sold one of their forwards, but they still want Diamande. But Bradley Barcola is the big one that's going to bring in the more money. Sometimes you chat shit, love. Well, maybe when I was chatting about Guild Talk yesterday, but we have got over 100 people in the building, by the way. I do hope everyone is doing well. Make sure you smash up the like button and hitting that subscribe. It's really, really important. You are hitting the subscribe and smash the like on the stream, right? But this comment, I want to read it again. We're not accountants. We're not accountants. We're football fans. I think social media has really killed what being a football fan is. Do you know when I was a kid growing up, yeah, I used to sit down in front of the TV, watch my club, or go to the stadium and watch Liverpool. That was it. If I saw on TV, do you remember the old ways we used to find out about transfers? I'm an accountant, though. I mean, fair enough, Darren. To be fair, my mum is as well. Right? PSG have sold an attacker mid, not a CF or wingers. Look, PSG want to potentially sell Bradley Barcola. But why do you think they're not moved for Diamande yet? Because I think they want to sell Barcola. Arsenal are interested, but Arsenal also want Morgan Rogers. And Arsenal need to sell a Martinelli or a Trossard before they go and get one of them two. So it's very much 4D chess. It has. Social media has made us all accountants and scouts. Thanks. What's happened to just rating footballers or just giving an opinion? Oh, do you really think? I didn't see, look, right? I was about 7 years old when Liverpool signed. I think I was about 6 or 7 when Liverpool signed Andy Carroll. I guarantee you, what's being said about Diamande was not being said about Andy Carroll. I guarantee it. Oh, that's too much money. Oh, da 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 da. No. What's happened to just being a football fan? Genuinely. Like, everyone's some sort of scouty expert. But I guarantee you, some guy on Twitter who thinks he's some scouty expert, why are we spending that much money on so-and-so? I guarantee you, he probably works in fucking KFC or something. Although, listen, I used to like KFC, but until I got food poisoning, never had it again. And you got all these, everyone just thinks they kind of like know it all. I know for a fact I don't fucking know it all. I'm just a random ass fucking guy, goes live on a channel, and that's it. Do you know what I mean? Bless up to the 90 people that's in the fucking building. Smash up the likes. Hope everyone's doing well. If you've got any kids, happy Father's Day to fucking you. And all the people that have, I just want to say this, by the way, all the people that have maybe lost their granddads or their fathers, I've lost my dad, so look, you're not on your own. And listen, bless up to every single one of you. And bless up to all the mothers out there that are doing what their dad's job should be doing. So all the mothers that are single parents, technically, and here's one for you, another happy Mother's Day to you. There you go. So I just want to say that, get that in there. You're not alone if you've lost your granddad or your dad or maybe someone that was like your dad or something like that. Do you know what I mean? So bless up to you. You're not on your own. And bless up to the mums that are doing what a dad's job should be doing, because I do feel sorry for some of the single mums out there. So I just wanted to get that in there. Do you know what I mean? Most want rid of how? Thanks, mate. Yeah, bless up. Bless up. Yeah, I just thought I'd get that in there, man, because you never know. Certain people find today struggling. Listen, so on Father's Day, you banned an actual daddy. Well, no, because you started trying to accuse people of being racist, Wesley. Listen, you can have banter on my channel, call me a tit, call me whatever, but the minute people start accusing of racism or some sort of stuff like that, there's no sort of thing. So no fucking silliness in this fucking chat, mate. Also we'll laugh for a bit of banter, but we don't take any sort of shit like that lightly. In my certain case, from seeing it with past experiences with my friend, which I'm not going to go into. Okay, and I didn't need to explain myself. Why I feel sorry for single mums? They're some of the strongest people I know, and for most, getting rid of those situations, making them stronger. Exactly, that's why I thought I'd mention it, because there's dads out there that aren't dads to their children, where they've left them at a young age, or they've, something, and the mothers had to step up. So bless up to the mumsies out there. It's a lot of money to spend on Diamande. It's just patience. We just can't get a 100 mil player injured at the World Cup. We don't want Isaac's situation. I agree with you. I do agree with you. No, I get it, right? People may be like, I do get the cause for concern where people may be like, are we gonna? Okay, mate. Okay, right. But what? For God's sakes, I've lost my train of thoughts. Right. You know what? Just fuck that. There we go. Let's not have no fucking BS in the bloody chat. Big up my guy, Dads too. Yeah, bless up to you, man. Yeah, bless up to all the people out there. But no, chat. Diamande, I think it's going to happen in the coming days. I do. But it's also looking like PSG are going to be reportedly coming to the table as well, which is certainly interesting. It is certainly interesting, I can't lie. It is, it's going to be an interesting one. Injuries can happen. Exactly. We can't just say, oh, we might get injuries. And yeah, exactly, Eric. Listen, we don't. What's the word? Accuse, or no, not accuse. Assume. I don't know. Injuries can happen anytime. Only if every club got together would prices change. Otherwise, are you just pissing in the wind, whinging about them? Exactly. Is Victor Mononte's injury serious? I'll be honest, I've not actually really seen much about his injury. Well, the fact that he completed a medical says he's not that injured, because you can't complete a medical if you're that badly injured. So I would imagine it's probably like, I don't know. I've not seen any. I actually have not seen anything about it on Twitter at all. So I wouldn't be able to comment on it. You know. Victor Manon's. But no, I'm actually excited about the Victor Manons. 103 million needed. Amazing Diamande. Listen, are people excited about the transfer? Chat, type a yes or no in the chat. Do you care about the price for Yan Diamande, and do you want him? Real talk. Let's have that conversation. If so, if you don't want Diamande, let me know who you would take. Now that's an interesting one. Who would you take if it's not Diamande? Because the names I'm being linked with, some guy from Lille, You've got Minter at Brighton, which is just no. Decent player for Liverpool. Victor Manon's left out. No, Nunes is horse poo. Are you happy about Diamande? Listen, we are taking Darwin Nunes back on this channel. I know. No to the price and yes to the transfer. Understandable. Yes, I want him. Yes. Clive says no. Clive says yes again. Unless you can bid their max price for Diamande, but if a team bid 5 mil more, Leipzig would demand that price. Low ball until you know you have it in the bag. Exactly. Nunes is shit. I don't care about the price. Is Somerville a viable option? I would take Somerville, my friend. Like, I've seen people yesterday diss Somerville as an option. A guy that's performed really well for West Ham. A guy that's performed when called upon for the Netherlands. But people, I also got told, why doesn't he start for the Netherlands then? Bro, he's got Ronald Koeman as the fucking manager. It's like Martinez at Portugal. Why is Ronaldo still starting? Come on now. Why not take Nunes back? Because he's shit. Diomande wants Liverpool personal terms on no problem. Yeah, personal terms will be no problem. He's already even said, right, in an interview about a potential move to the Premier League. He basically said, yeah, why not? Yeah, he's just didn't focus on the World Cup. The manager's also said he expects him to probably move to Liverpool. This deal is going to happen unless PSG come in. I don't think PSG are that serious about it because we've seen what PSG are like. When they want a player, they go and try and get the player. PSG, for me, they're in the race, they're in the hat, obviously, of course, but I don't think PSG have got nowhere near the same level of interest as Liverpool. For starters, does Diamande start for PSG? Respectfully, that's not on Diamande, but does he start? Does he start for Kvaratskhelia? No. Dembele, Ballon d'Or winner, potentially back-to-back Ballon d'Or winner? No. Does he start over Desiree Doué? I think you can make a case at times. I think Desiree Doué is overrated a bit. That's just my opinion. I think Desiree Doué is a talent. I just think he's a bit overrated. Give me some of a Diamande ammo. It won't be Nunes. It will be Manons. PSG want to Neymar. PSG get Neymar. Look, when PSG want a player, we've seen with PSG, look at their owners, how ambitious they are, how they demand success, how they demand to try and win the Champions League every year. What have you already seen? We want the third star. Choose PSG won the Champions League back to back. What did their players and what did Enrique and what did the president say? What was their first answer? We want the third star. Look at the mentality of that club. So if PSG really wanted him that much, they would go and get him. But I think they want to sell a forward before they do. And that's where I'm connecting all the dots with Ekitike, Isak of last year, like Liverpool being linked to Barcola as well. Look, Barcola could be 50-50, right? Because I think we need to sell a Gakpo to bring in a Barcola. But I can see the lines being connected. Let's bring Mane back, Origi, Firmino back. They would still be better than Nunes. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. Doué's overrated. Doué's underrated. What makes Doué underrated in the men's? What makes him underrated to you? Just like truthfully, honestly, like what does Doué make you underrated? That is the mentality we should have. Exactly. And that's one thing I do like about Yan Diomande. How many 19-year-olds have you seen with the right mentality as a footballer? Truthfully honest, name me a mentality who's got a mentality like Diamande has at 19. And forget like the players like Lamine Yamal, right? Because Lamine Yamal is an unbelievable generational talent, right? Who's been playing for Barca since he was 15, right? But who's got the mentality like he does? And you've seen that he carries it into the Ivory Coast team. He carries it at Leipzig. Leipzig, by the way, spent 40 million on him last summer. So that's why Leipzig want to make a big money on him. They spent 40 million. It's not like they brought him in for like 5, 10, 15 million. They brought him in for 40 million a year ago. Diamande will play more at us at PSG, he's got Doué Kvaratskhelia to fight places. Exactly. Why wouldn't you want to come to Liverpool? This isn't on a slot anymore, where people can banter as, oh, why would you want to go to Liverpool? They just finished 5th. They've got Slot as manager. Jude Bellingham, yeah, Jude Bellingham I will give you. But there's not many around, because most players fail. The money, the agents and everyone, all of that success goes to their head. Do you know what I mean? And then also, you look at this also other situation. People don't talk about Doué like Yamal. What? It's not. Who compared Doué to Lamine Yamal? Diamande, you've lost the plot. You've lost the plot. But I look at Diomande and I look at the way he carries himself. Look at that letter he wrote about his sister. That is what I want at my club. The way he carries himself spiritually, with the mentality. And also, I think he's got the talent. Look, I still think he's incredibly raw. I do think the price is a bit steep. But like I said, I'm not a fucking accountant. I just want Liverpool to go and back this manager, Antonio Iraola, with the players he wants. If Antonio Iraola wants Diamande, get him Diamande. Back a manager, because we've got a manager that's going to play good stylistic games of football, right? A manager that I think has the potential to be proven that he can win trophies. He went on 18 games unbeaten run with fucking Bournemouth. If Aston Villa had finished 5th, so if we had beaten Aston Villa, by the way, and Brentford on the last day, Villa would have finished 5th. What would have happened? Bournemouth got Champions League because Villa won the Europa League. So he effectively almost got them Champions League. 2 results just didn't go his way. He was 2 results away from getting Champions League football. Over 18 games unbeaten. Do you know what I mean? We have a potential here. We still have a good group of players. It's not people are acting like our team is washed. But I guarantee you, 61 of you people in the chat said Liverpool are winning the league last year. 100%. I guarantee you, no one said Liverpool are not winning the league last season when we signed Ekitike, Verts, and everyone. And Isak and that. We still have quality players. Alisson, still good enough to be a Liverpool goalkeeper. Right? We still have Van Dijk, the leadership at the back. Yes, we still need to improve in areas. Yes, we still need to bring in a centre back because Diamande is coming off an injury. You've got Giovanni coming off an ACL. That is where I am concerned. The centre back situation. The centre back situation, I will be honest, I am concerned because I don't know if we do bring in a centre back. Because Leone, ACL, Diamande, let's not forget, by the way, we have to bring in a fucking centre back. There's no excuses we're not bringing a centre back because you think about it, Konate was very close to signing that contract. What did Paul Joyce come out and say? Liverpool still want another centre back. So I still expect Liverpool to 1 second, chat. I still expect Liverpool to get another centre back. Get Lacroix. Schlotterbeck, 40-50 million. There's business out there. The amount of Liverpool fans are writing off Frimpong is pathetic. I just don't think Frimpong is a right back. LFC are one of the biggest. Wait, is Bruno in the chat? Is in Bruno as in uncle? Because I think I've seen you on other people's channels and people call you uncle. If that's the Bruno, bless up to you. I don't know if it is. He's injured. We don't. I mean, he might be injured. LFC are one of the biggest clubs in the world. We attract whoever we want. It's about the money we have. The money we had. Same concerns with Isak Diamande will come. Exactly. It's not my money. As long as Liverpool buy the fucking players, I don't give a fuck how much they're worth. With an extra 20 million on top of the 120, we would get Alex Scott and Adam Wharton. But we need a right winger. The right wing is the most important position. We don't have a right winger. I'm Bruno. You will find Coppish TV call-in shows at the end of every month. Yes! I think that is the Have you been on Dono Sam's channel before? If that is the Bruno, then that is the Bruno I'm definitely on about. Bro, if you're the Bruno I'm on about, what a legend you are, mate. You're funny as fuck. I love your monologue rants. Yes. It is the fucking Bruno. What a fucking G. Bless up to you, my friend. Bro, you're a funny guy. Your rants, yeah, they are funny, I can't lie. But we've got 80 people in the building, man. Make sure you're hitting the likes. We're 7 likes away from 70, so if we could hit the like button, chat, it would be massively appreciated. How about getting Jared Bowen? I would take Jared Bowen as on a 3-year contract. Bring him in for 30 million. These transfers have become so teams wanting professional players. Listen, everyone's an expert apparently. That's the talk of the town. But no, I do want to move away from the Diamande stuff. I do want to talk about some other players. But no, just to recap, Fabrizio, Paul Joyce, Dave O'C, Cop, etc., stating that Liverpool are going to be returning with a bid, and that's confirmed. And obviously, the alleged bid is going to be 115 million. I never seen a transfer. I never seen transfer window before. I don't know what that means. Bowen won't move. His girlfriend is a big media star. She ain't moving. Yeah, look, maybe that's probably one of the only things. That's probably why he might stay in London. I mean, I did see him getting linked to fucking Bournemouth. Prices of players' agents. Glazer's at Manchester United. Listen, Glazer's staying 10 more years. Now, bless up to you, though, bro. I called out Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards in the last call-in show in May 30, saying would be sacked before the first international break. Look what happened. He was sacked a day later. Yeah, Liverpool plotted the bed. Yeah, jump scare. Jump Sangari Scott. Look, Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards are on fraud watch. And especially Richard Hughes. He needs to be going out the transfer window with a fucking bang. Because he's jogging on to Al Hilal on September the 1st. Look, I've always said this. I don't think Richard Hughes ever really had it to make it at Liverpool. He's just a bit too weak, isn't he? He's just a bit too... He's that guy in school that will cause a load of shit, but will go and hide behind his mates or hide behind the teacher or run in the classroom. He's just a bit weak. He doesn't seem like... I don't even like using the word. He hasn't got that thing about him. Like, he just does things like very easily. Diomande wants to come. It's Leipzig milking the situation. Well, yeah, if you're RB Leipzig, you're going to want to try and get a hard bargain price. Bawardi, I like Bawardi now. Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards, 10 more years. Well, Michael Edwards really isn't really a part of the transfer strategy. I think Michael Edwards leaves because I think he's quite pissed off the fact that he was brought in and we haven't gone down the multi-club route. Let's not forget, Michael Edwards isn't actually here to help out with transfers. He was brought in to do the multi-club route. Do you remember when was being linked to... What was that La Liga club? And then was also linked to that Ligue 1 club that went bust. It begins with a B, and there was a La Liga club. Las Palmas, I think. Was that the club we was linked to as a multi-club route in La Liga 2 or something? Like, you know... Getatas. I can't pronounce it, but yeah. I know what team you're on about. How do you spell Mike Great? I don't know what that means, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. But I do want to raise a question to the chat. What position do you want Liverpool to focus on the most? So right wing is clearly the most important position because Mo Salah's no longer at the club, and right now Frimpong is the only right winger, technically a right winger, right? That can actually play there. What is the most important position after the Diomande stuff? So let's say Diomande deal happens tomorrow, day after, whatever, right? What's the most important position after that? Is it the DM? Left wing? Centre back? 19, I only have an issue with Berwardi. 19. Why would you have an issue with a young talent? Right wing and DM? Frimpong right wing, dub, no. DM, holding player, we must get a strong ball winner. A DM, I agree. I mean, you look at what Tyler Adams does for Bournemouth, which I think is, very instrumental. There's no when you look at how Bournemouth play in the middle of the park, they're very expansive, they're very direct. Big up to proper Chelsea in the building. Right, they're very direct and they swarm the midfield. I think the midfield isn't too much of an overhaul because you've got the crater in there in Florian Wirtz, right? Bearing in mind, Antonio Rilona knows how to use a creating 10. Look what he done with Justin Kluivert at Bournemouth. Decent season, right? I think you've got the engine in there, the player to get around the pitch, who's going to do all the dirty work in Dominic Szoboszlai. All you need now is a sweeper 6. Someone like a Tyler Adams type of mold of player. Brian Robbie. What? Wingers we need pace pressing forwards. I think we've already got them when you bring in Diamande. If Frimpong is the cover for Diamande on the right, God help us. Well, no, not really, because Victor Malons can also play right wing. We've got players that can play across the front three, and this is why it's important. What I also like about Yan Diamande, because you look at the front three, Victor Malons can play across the front three. Ekitike can play left and striker. Isak's obviously a main 9. Brian Gamoa, I think, can play right and left. But obviously, preferably left. Yan Diamande can play left and right. And I've got a feeling about Bradley Barker only can play across the front three. Where do you think you will finish next season? Honestly, ask me when the transfer window shuts. Because if we only get Diamande, maybe a midfielder, I'll probably say 3rd place. That's why a few of them looked crap. Midfield is an issue. We won't buy midfielders until we sell a midfielder. The midfield, I think, will get resolved. I'm just concerned about the depth in the midfield. I think Liverpool will buy midfielders, 110%. Because I think we'll sell Curtis Jones, although I do think that's a disgrace. Because you get linked to Adam Wharton for 100 million. Name me something that Adam Wharton is better than Curtis Jones at. Real talk. Defensively, I think Curtis Jones okay. He's proven he can do a roll at right back. I think the only thing that Adam Wharton has better than Curtis Jones, he looks more fancy on the eye, or for all these people that like to say the word, he's more sexy on the eye, which people say. And he's probably a better passer. He's a more neat and tidy and calculated Curtis Jones. Advancing the ball. To be fair, Curtis Jones is good at advancing the ball. He just doesn't release the ball enough. Slot never played what we had correctly. Iraola will get a tune out of Frimpong. If not, it's his last season at LFC. Iraola loves his full backs. I agree. Reactor here. Newcastle will go in for Gakpo. Listen, we're going to give Newcastle something. Look, listen, if they want to get Gakpo, why do you think all these clubs are being linked to Gakpo? And why do you think Fabrizio keeps saying, don't forget about Barcola to Liverpool? Jones' problem is wages. He wants too much. I would rather give Curtis Jones 150 grand, 200 grand a week than bring in Adam Wharton for 100 million. And I like Adam Wharton. If this was Slot, if Slot was our manager, I think we go and get Adam Wharton. Since Iriola's been coming, you've not seen that much Adam Wharton talks. We actually haven't. Jones spends too much time on the ball. Wharton threads through key passes. I agree. But is that what we're paying £100 million for? Do you know what I mean? Are we paying £100 million for a player that can thread through passes and looks a lot more neat and tidy? If you're going to spend £100 million on a player, I'm sorry. Sell Curtis Jones and go and get I know we're not going to get him. Elliot Anderson. Elliot Anderson suits our system better than Adam Wharton does. Defensively, he's better. I think progressively, he's shown that he can carry a ball. I think his passing range is very good, and you saw that the other night within England. He's a monster in midfield. Gakpo wants Champions League, not Newcastle Spurs. Big does think about the competition. Remember, we don't care about how much it costs. Exactly, man. I don't want him for 100 million. The only reason why I'm bringing that into equation, I would just rather go and spend 100 million on a centre back or something. I don't want more than 100 million. I get Bawardi. Bawardi is good. Elliot Anderson, dream any club. Elliot Anderson's a baller, man. PSG may take Gakpo when we take Diamande and Barcola. Nah, bro. I'll be honest. I don't think they probably would. Although that would be jokes, wouldn't it? That would actually be jokes. I can't lie. But no, chat, we're 5 subs away, by the way, from 2.67k. So bless up to everyone that's subscribing. 70 likes, fucking big up. Big up. I will tell you that. Who do you guys want in the midfield? So I'm hearing Bawardi. So let's look at the team, right? Yan Diomande right wing, Victor Manons. How many midfielders do you guys want? Are you concerned about the depth? Because the guy actually on the back of my shirt, I think I might have accidentally revealed it earlier, is, who is it? McAllister? Oh shit. McAllister's on the back of my shirt, right? He might be a name we might go and sell. We might go and sell McAllister. Would you sell McAllister? I actually don't think McAllister is as bad as everyone makes out. 2 midfielders. I'll be honest, do you want to know who I would go for? Bawardi? Kamara? I would like to see maybe an ambitious, preventative move for a Tchouaméni. Because it's looking like Madrid want Enzo Fernandez. But they might need to move a midfielder on. Go and test the waters for Tchouaméni. Show real ambition there. Sub and Grav, Verts are starters in the mid. We need 2 more if Jones and Maka go, Bawardi and Sangare. You're not about Sangare at Nottingham Forest for starters, are you? Because when someone said about Sangare at Forest, they actually meant Sangare at Forest. Hi Tony, yeah, bless up, bro. Bless up, yeah, bless up, Eric. Bless up, everyone in the chat, man. So yeah, midfielders: Bawardi, Kamara, Sangare, Tchouaméni, Camavinga. 50 million. Would you do it? 50 million for Camavinga? I think the only thing is with him is maybe injuries are a bit sus. The injuries are a bit sus. I will sell him. He has got a cab waiting to take him to his next destination. You know about McAllister? To be fair, I don't think Mourinho will inspire Real. Sangare is in the French league. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I thought he was on about thingy. Not a chance. I'll be honest, chat. McAllister is one of my fan favourites. I would actually keep McAllister. World Cup winner. But I do get where people may be saying if McAllister is on the decline or he's not going to get back to the level he was, if he does stay another season and decreases, it's a risk. I get it. But we need midfielders. We can't be just fire and sailing everyone. Sure, many Manchester United bid I want if don't get agreement with Fernandez. Oh, Mateus Fernandez at West Ham. We move straight away. I would love to see an ambitious move from Liverpool for Tchouaméni. I really would. I think that would be really nailing down the coffin. Like, yo, we wanna be here, man. For me, we need to clamp down on Szoboszlai. We need the ultimate sign or be sold. Yeah, he's got 2 years left. Szoboszlai, listen, he's now entered that territory. We've seen it too many times, chat. Canate, Trent. Robertson's a bit different. But we've seen it with Canate and Trent. He's now going into the final 2 years. So this is now where you're going to, in the next 6 months, clubs will start talking to him. When he goes into that last 18 months left, told us Hungarian Scott. Alex Scott. I like Alex Scott. I just think there's other players out there that I would just prefer. However it gets him all pleased. Omar Bawardi, very good player, yes. Good player, sure, many 80 million worth it. Probably Liverpool or Arsenal. What for Bawardi? I mean, the only clubs I've seen linked to Bawardi, I've seen the Bayern Munich link a little bit. Mainly it's Liverpool and Arsenal that are mainly linked to him. Big up to Copfather in the chat. Yeah, big up to everyone watching, man. Appreciate all the love and support. Appreciate it. But no, the midfield is a concern. I understand and I get the frustration. The attack, I think, is very relaxed. I'll be honest, I'm not as concerned on the midfield as other people in the chat. The centre backs is the concern. The centre backs is the one where I'm like, we might be in trouble here. It might be one of those ones where, shit, buckle up. Scott progressive play stats aren't brilliant. Listen, I don't really care about stats when it comes to footballers. If I think you're a good footballer from watching you on the eye week in, week out, I think you're a good footballer. Do you know what I mean? It's like Lamine Yamal, for example. The season before, his numbers weren't fantastic. He's still the best player in the world. And anyone that says he's not doesn't watch him enough. We can't have Sabazai running his contract down. He either signs or now gets sold. Simple as. Big up Cop. Yeah, great to see you. Endo will go. Maka may go. Jones will go. We need to see the M's. We definitely do need midfielders, 100%. Lots of players used eyes test. I'll be honest. Do you want to know who I think will be sold to fund the actual transfers as a whole? Curtis Jones, Gakpo, Chiesa, maybe an Endo, but then you might just keep him around, for the cups. Maybe a Premier League game with 5 minutes to go. But he's on shit cheap wages. He's on like 50 grand, and he's got a year left. Like, do you remember when clubs were interested in Endo last year? Like, the talk of the town was less than 10 million. At that point, you might as well just fucking keep him, to be honest. Every Prem mid is 80 plus mil. Better players are out there. Facts. That's why I'd rather go and shop abroad. I actually think the quality midfielders are better abroad than they are in the Premier League. They're just more fancy as names. I'm sure Irena knows what he wants. Exactly. Inflation, yeah. But I think Liverpool are going to make well over 100 million. Easily. Very easily. I think nothing wrong abroad. Do you know what it is? People always snub their noses at players from abroad. Like, look, I don't particularly rate him like that, but Ederson to Manchester United, 40 million. Good pickup. Do you want to know who I would go for in the midfield? Now, can someone do an age check on this for me, please? Do you guys remember Nico Barrea at Inter Milan? Every fucking year, that guy was linked with a Liverpool move. Look, I don't think for 1 second Liverpool are going to try and revisit their interest in Nico Barrea, but that is someone I know he's a quality footballer, and that I would take. I think he might be 28 now, to be fair. I don't know. Because I know Liverpool was interested in him in his mid-20s. So he must be like 28 now, Nico Barella. I would take, Nico Barella. I wanted him that season when we didn't sign Bellingham. I wanted him over Gravenberch. I think Nico Barella is sick. I think he's a sick footballer. I think this is nice. There's some good midfielders in the Italian league, especially. Yeah, he's never leaving Inter Milan. But do you want to know who I would also like? And he's you know what? He's actually had a revival career. Locatelli as well. He's had a revival career. He's been sick in the Serie A this season. I would look at him, but I don't think he'll probably leave, unfortunately. We're in talks for Dortmund midfielder, German guy, holding player, looked good last night. Nemecha, yeah, he's sick. Are you on about Nemecha? Are you on about Nemecha, the German international for Dortmund? Kathy, we need to stop market when we see clubs, Leeds, West Ham, Coventry. Nemecha's a young talent prospect. Do you know who I do like at left back? If we didn't have Kirkes, I would look at Nathaniel Brown. Again, I think he's going to Bayern. If Ansar's still in the chat, he's a Bayern Munich fan. He might be able to give some more insights and confirm on it. They keep asking crazy prices. Who? Don't know why. But it is interesting, chat. I can't lie. It is. It's an interesting time, isn't it? Stiller is good. Dortmund 100 plus Nemecha. Yeah, no. Although I did see, I think we got linked to early this morning. Coventry. Nathaniel Brown has gone to Bayern. Yeah, he's gonna be he's a talent left back. I mean, because Alphonso Davies has got injury problems, so and also they're looking for that next best left back. I think Liverpool was actually interested in him last summer. Before we actually moved to Milos Kerkez. Because I remember we was also linked with Ain't Nori as well. I mean, I think Ain't Nori is fucking average. Bare people were saying, let's get Ain't Nori over Kerkez. I think, what on earth was they fucking smoking? Some sort of shitty crack. That's what. Do you know what I mean? But no, the centre-backs, chat. How are we feeling about the centre-backs? How are we feeling about the centre-back situation? Because tell you what, that's an interesting one. The centre-backs is interesting. I can't lie, the centre-back footy Deserby really wants Gakpo set to submit bid. See, the thing is, I like Gakpo. Look, I think when he's got competition, I think he's a lot more lively. He actually performs better. There's definitely a player in Gakpo, 100%. Like, you see it in the Netherlands. You've seen it in the season when we won the league title. There is a player in Gakpo. Let's just not act like Cody Gakpo is just pure shite. Right? Yes, is he very much one-dimensional, one-trick pony, just cross it in, fake shot, shoot, or one-trick shot, and then fake shot, cross the ball? Yes. But I actually also do I think one of the reasons why he actually fell off last season is because he lost that competition between him and Vinicius. The rotation, them two was bouncing off of one another. Like, Gakpo had a good season for Liverpool when we won the league. And I don't think he really feels threatened by Ryan Gamoa because Slot didn't really trust and give Ryan Gamoa that, here's the keys, go and start for us. What would you accept for Gakpo? I think, look, we brought in Cody Gakpo 2022, 35 million, 4 years that he's done at Liverpool. He's got a lot of years left at the club. Because he did sign that contract. I would take for Cody Gakpo. I think you can get 60 million, maybe a bit in add-ons. 90? I don't think we're getting 90 for Gakpo. I'm telling you now, we're not getting 90 mil for fucking Cody Gakpo. Mil for Gakpo is mad. We need Alessandro Bastoni. Barcelona has drawn their interest because they were quoted 65 mil. If Bastoni is available for 65 million, yeah, I would set up a GoFund fucking page to get it. But I don't think it'd be 65 million. I'll be shocked if Bastoni was 45 million. I would be shocked. I won't lie to you. I would be shocked if we paid 65 million. I just don't see a world. You ain't getting 65 mil. Not a chance. So it's interesting, chat. I can't lie, it's exciting. The centre back though is a worry because, in my opinion, we need a centre back that can play left back, that can play right back and centre back, and an actual just overall centre back. So we definitely do need to be doing the business there, But we'll have to wait and see. We'll just have to. We'll have to just ultimately wait and see whether we get a centre back. I am worried though. I am worried. Smash the likes, people. I am. Big up. Surely, if we sell Gakpo, it's Barcola and Diamande. I think we get Diamande. We're getting Diamande. We're getting Diamande. Like, let's be real here. We are getting Diamande. Yeah. And I think we get Bradley Barcola. If we sell Cody Gakpo, clubs will regret it. Clubs will regret what? What will clubs be regretting? What do you mean Gakpo is scoring in the World Cup? What do you mean Gakpo is scoring in the World Cup? And fucking Cape Verde and Curacao are getting points in the World Cup. What does that mean? They're still shit. They're still shit teams. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's be real, innit? Like, we're saying Gakpo scoring goals in the World Cup. You got Roberto De Zerbi wants to sign Cody Gakpo. Tottenham are working and ready to submit an important bid to Liverpool. Big up to vodka in the chat. Listen, I can murder a glass of vodka. Listen, a nice vodka coke. Shame the weather's not as nice, otherwise I would go to the pub. It's a great lineup. Great attacking line with Isak, Ekitike, Manons and Diomande and Barcola. But if that's the talk, I'm telling you now, why do you think I didn't give up on Barcola? Listen, chat. I had a lovely cigar yesterday, yeah? Listen, we might have to smoke another one if we get these players in. We're the newer Galacticos, chat. Ekitike, Isak, Bert. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm going to be fucking... When we sign all these players, I'm going to be lighting it up. That's all I'm saying. And we're going to be smoking that Newcastle pack because they can fucking hold that. Beer Garden Footy Reacts. Yeah, man. Get the hydration break in footy. Yeah, man. So I do need to go to the toilet. So I will be back in a minute. Let's try and get these likes up if we can, chat. We're on 79 likes. Fucking wow. If we can get to 85 likes, I will release a bomber by the time I get back. If we get to 85 likes, I will release a bomber. Big up to my callus on the back of the fucking shirt. Right, we're back in a minute. Oh, what's the chat saying? What is the chat saying? I have several hydration breaks when footy's on low. Listen, you gotta be staying hydrated, chat. I got fucking never in my life, yeah. I got sunstroke the other day. First time ever, bro. It was fucking horrible. I also burnt the back of my neck somehow. Like, I'm quarter Spanish, yeah. When I get tans and stuff, always had tans in the summer. Go back to my streams of last year. I had some nice tans and that, yeah. But first time ever, the other day, man had heat stroke, bro. It was horrible. I had a banging headache. But that's the talk of the town. Cody Gakpo bid. Although I don't really rate the journalist, right, that is reporting it in like this, but it is it. Listen, Victor Malon's, yeah, come on. That's why I was very happy about Victor Malon's. I might get him on the back of my shirt. I got a Spain kit in the wardrobe. Lamine Yamal on the back. Usually involving alcohol of some sort. Yeah, listen, you can't beat a nice glass of vodka Coke, rum and Coke. You know what goes really nice in this weather? Desperado and Coke with ice. Or a nice freezing cold Budweiser. Oh my, if you know, get to know. Do you know what I mean? Let me go through some of the comments if I miss any. Sell Gakpo, Rio and Barker on the left, Mullins and ease it back up, front three, Diamande on the right, Mullins on the right. Exactly, you're seeing the vision I'm seeing, bro. If it ain't Ben Jacobs and this, that's no agrees. I mean, if you're talking Liverpool, Paul Joyce, James Pearce, Dave O.C. Cop, like Liverpool have their own personal ones, like the Athletic as well. England getting rid of England, Gid, resting Saka, Rash. Opening game, Newcastle. Listen, you need to stop drinking that piss known as Budweiser. Budweiser's not bad. My personal favourite beer is Corona and a lime. I like Corona and lime. Like if I'm picking a beer to drink, I'm probably picking that. Moretti, I only drink Moretti if that's the only thing on fucking tap. But I've been into some fucking pubs and Moretti's been the only thing on tap, and I'm like, how the fuck is this a pub? However, it's cheap, I guess. Koppenberg, I mean, Koppenberg's a fucking Koppenberg is what's it called? It's like dark fruits. It's not a beer or anything. It's like a cider. Captain's Gordon. Oh my god, that shit's lethal for me. That Deseranos, yeah, that is Deserano and Coke, man. See, cop knows Deserano and Coke, yeah, with ice in the pub. But you seen the Scottish in America? They're well hydrated drinking Boston pubs dry, literally, yeah. Bro, if I was over in America, yeah, for the World Cup, I'd be drinking it fucking dry. Do you know what I mean? My World Cup thing, not World Cup, my America thing got postponed by a couple of months. Or do you know what is actually not bad? I don't. It's more of a woman's drink. Like I tend to see more women drink it than blokes. Aperol Spritz. Depending on which one you get, they made up their pubs. Aperol Spritz isn't bad. I don't mind Aperol Spritz. I don't think that's a bad drink. But no, there is some. Yeah, I can't lie, chat. I might be craving. I have got a nice bottle of vodka. Like you may laugh, it's a strawberry flavour, but no. Honestly, it's banging. It is banging. Yeah, seeing that one called the Londoner lol. Ever tried JD and Coke? JD and Coke. I prefer to drink that when I'm drunk, if I'm honest. It's not a drink where, Listen, Chuck, so when I go on my night out, yeah, I always go for kick it off, couple of pints. When I go into the bars and clubs, vodka cokes, Tesserano cokes, Diamande is a slightly better Madwake in no reason. Get the bottle of vodka out. Listen, I had a glass last night. You know, it was a fucking beautiful. Tall glass vodka, lime, soda, crushed ice, like drinking lemonade. Do you know what isn't a bad drink? JD and Coke is hype, yeah. JD and Coke is nice, but footy, you mean you're on a hydration break when you go out? Bro, just don't drink too much. Listen, I look after my health, don't worry, I go to the gym. Do you know what is nice though? I don't know, now, it depends on where you're from, right? A lot of northern nightclubs, they do this thing where it's like a bucket, whether it's like just any sort of shaped bucket, and it'll be just different drinks in it. Fucking vodka, JD, just every lethal drink in it, just splashing it all in. It's about 15 quid. It's a bit expensive, but it's fucking, oh my. I always get 2 or 3 of those on a night out if I go to that certain bar. It's expensive, but if you want to get drunk, get on that fucking shit. Try Woodsman and Coke. I haven't tried that, to be fair. You're finished once you start mixing. I've done it before where I've actually gone loads of pints, gone to spirits, and I've gone back to pints. As long as I have a bit of a break in between. Oh, we got a bomber in the chat. Bomber. Elise Nuri and Gamora Diamande. Oh, for Ravi's here, fuck's sakes. Big up Ravi. Someone's just said that. Gin and tonic. Oh, no, not gin. No. Listen, the missus likes gin. My nan loves fucking gin. I always get my nan a nice big bottle of, it's like a purple flavoured gin. Every time for Christmas. I don't know how people can drink gin. I think it's fucking nasty. Elise no real demand. Listen, if you're picking it, look, listen, I've already said if I could pick any right winger on world football, I'm having Michael Elise. For me, he is the best footballer on world football. And he is world class, Copfather. Chat, stay tuned. Me and Copfather doing a show because these men said that Harry Kane is not world class. There are too many bombers. No, he's not. Chat, he said Harry Kane's not world class. He also thinks Declan Rice and all these men aren't world class. Bro, I told you I wasn't. Chat, fucking tell Copfather what it fucking is. Listen, when he comes over to the Lions Den, yeah, he's gonna know what's what. Because it's alright me going over to Uncle's channel. Listen, you ain't come over to the Lions Den. Rice is not world class. I know, that's what I got told. He's not world class. He can't hold a candle to R9 and Kaka and Zidane. Who said we're comparing him to them? Bro, say that in Wembley. Exactly. Tuchel. Apparently, you're not world class if you haven't won a Ballon d'Or or a Champions League. So you're. Also, Buffon isn't world class, apparently. One of the greatest goalkeepers of all time isn't world class. Wesley, you're an Arsenal fan. Rice isn't world class. Rice apparently better than Gerrard. Apparently, Yamal ain't world class. Elise ain't world class. Neuer isn't world class then, I know. Chat, should we get Copfather? Can you come on the show right now? Buffon won a World Cup. Apparently he's not world class, Wesley, though. Apparently Buffon isn't world class. No, they're not. See? Apparently these players I'm naming, apparently Yamal, Elise and all these, like Kane, aren't world class. Copfather, can you come on the show now, please? For to tell me how many players are world class without winning Ballon d'Or? Harry Kane, I just mentioned one. Bless up to you, Copfather. Happy Father's Day to you, my friend. Kane is world class in the Bundesliga, but in the Prem, I won't call him world class. Oh my God. When you rely on set pieces, your players are not particularly great. He is. Answer, you're a Bayern Munich fan. Bro, this world class debate is pointless. You need to let it go because people do and say what suits them. In the moment, they'll use points to nullify Gerrard when it's Lampard. Use them in the same points for him. Is the Bundesliga in a different world? Apparently, Kane. I got told Yamal is on the same near enough level to Rio and Gamoa. I like Rio and Gamoa. Yeah, but apparently he's near the same level as Lamine, you fucking mouth. And he did carry him to a fucking Euros because I watched every single game of the tournament. I know. I know. Here's one. He's on the same level as the same age group. No, he's not. No, he is not. Rio hasn't done anything to prove himself. Rio and Gamoa is not on the same level as fucking Yamal. Look, what is his definition of world class? Let's hope Copfather isn't in the pub. Now, big up to Copfather, man. It was a good show last night. Look, I personally think I won the debate. And by the way, Uncle's community agreed with me. So now you've got to come over to mine. Yamal, I don't particularly rate, but he is better than Rio. He got a Euro. Age group footy, we are comparing age groups. No, you don't like me moving the goalposts because you know you haven't got to come back on the argument about it. Apparently, yeah, apparently so. Because apparently I was getting confused between world class and generational talent. I wasn't. I was just asking a brand new fucking question. It's like opening an exam paper. There's like 30 different questions. It is a different question. There was no confusion. Hence why everyone agrees. Hot take, Arsenal have 2 world-class players, and that's it. Fairs. Rio can be great. He's 17. Patience for young lads. Exactly. You're moving the goalposts to compare age groups, not the whole world. No, because you don't like it. And by the way, apparently Rio Gamoa's top 5 left wingers. Is he better than Rafinha? Is he better than Vinicius Jr.? Max Dowman is better than Rio then, yeah. Rio is 19 next month. Is Max Dowman generational talent, Copfather? Is he generational talent? He won a Premier League at fucking 16. By the way, he actually scored goals to contribute to it. Again, we're comparing age groups. No, we're not comparing age groups. We're comparing top 5 left fucking wingers in world football. It's top 5 left wingers in world football. It's a different fucking conversation. It's a different question. It's not comparing. It's like me. Right, let's pick our name in the chat. Let's say I ask Vodka Grease, top 5 left wingers in world football, your opinion. He's not going to respond to me. Oh, Reacts, why are you comparing age groups? He'll answer the fucking question and that's it. It's not about moving goalposts or changing the question. It's a different question. Fucking hell. Rio Gamoa's not even had 15 starts for Liverpool. How can he be nearly a generational talent? He's a good player, but we're putting these players on too many pedestals. We've seen it with Dele Alli. We've seen it with Raheem Sterling. These English players, we put on too much of high pedestals. Again, he bypassed the normal way to get into the first team. Generational talent, Yamal Rio Diamande. Actually, to be fair, he didn't come from Liverpool's academy, though. He actually didn't come from Liverpool's academy. Yamal and is Diomande a generational talent? No. Just like I don't think Real Gamoa is. Yamal is. Back-to-back Bundesligas. Making his debut at 15. Winning a European Championship at 16. Scoring 20 plus G8 a season for Barcelona. Let's not do this. If Eden keeps progressing, who's Eden? I don't think Carl's a generational talent. A generational talent is a player that has a potential to be an all-time great. Rian Gamo's not even actually broken into the first team. Does he start week in, week out? Does Carl start week in, week out for Bayern? Answer yes or no in the chat. Yes. Does Yamal start week in, week out for Barcelona? Yes. Does Rian Gamoa start week in, week out for Liverpool? No, he don't. No, he does not. Lewis, you're a Barca fan. Tell everybody you're a Barca fan. Is Lamine Yamal world class? Yay or nay? See, my chat agree with me again. No, they're not. Oh my God, Diamande is a generational talent. Copfather, how many games have you watched of Diamande? Diamande, generational talent. Fuck me, the world's gone mad. I've got a chance at winning the lottery. One of the 10 trophies. Oh my God, he's performed on the biggest stage in a European fucking final at 16 years old. And he was 16, a few months later he turned 17. Look at the definition of generational talent. I could look up on Google, how do I cook a fucking curry? There's more ways of cooking a curry. There's more definitions of a generational talent. Exactly. Is Esteval generational talent? I watch Barcelona near enough week in, week out. That's why I fucking have an opinion, because I've seen what Lamine Yamal's done since the age of 15 when he made his fucking debut. Chat, I'm going to get put into an early grave. Diamande is not a generational talent. Oh, thank you. Did he bypass the normal way to get into the first team? No, because he came in and started straight away. I mean, that's just fucking false, Wesley, you fucking idiot. I've sat backstage with many other content creators. Ansar will know this because he's friends with certain ones. Ansar, tap yay or nay in the chat. You know me backstage, right? We're friends with some of the same people. What I say on stream, do I not say it off stream? If Diamande don't improve, he is finishing Jeremy's talk. Top 5 left wingers: Kvaratskhelia, Yildiz, Rafinha, Semenyo Diaz. I mean, I want to have Semenyo fourth, but. I've done Barca watch-alongs this season. I've done Barcelona match reactions. Yeah, you say Liverpool is the best club on and off stream. Answer. Have I not said that Elise is world class and generational talent on and off stream? This guy's been doing it from a fucking young age. People just don't watch Crystal Palace and that lot week in, week out. Cop, you even said the other day, right? You've watched who the fuck was it? A player, Bradley Barcola, twice. Twice. So how can you comment? Oh, but I've watched him twice. Yamal is world class. He's a generational talent. Do you want to know why he's world class? Because he's the best in the world in his fucking position alongside Michael Elise. Rian Gakpo is a sick footballer, and I've mentioned him on thousands and thousands of videos, YouTube shorts, live streams, channels I've been on, to my fucking mates down the whenever, yeah. But Yamal and Gakpo is not comparable. It's not. Oh my god! Oh, don't put that certain man in him. But that's yeah, exactly. You're allowed an opinion. Actually, Cop, you said that Elise wasn't a generational talent. You said he didn't prove on to the later stage. Listen, when it's the Lions' Den, yeah. You know what I understand? Bawardi is generational 100%. Yep. Generational talent gets thrown around fucking far too much. Is Dele Alli a generational talent? Now that's the one. Is Dele Alli generational talent? Yay or nay? He's not. He bloomed late. How much have you watched of Michael Elise's career? Because I've been watching him since Reading. But no, he doesn't say Harry Kane's not world class. Fucking Christ. Oh. Apparently Harry Kane, Buffon, Elise, Yamal aren't world class. So by that logic then, Ryan Bruce is world class because he's won a Champions League. Is Dele Alli a generational talent? Did he live up to the talent? Kane is literally the best striker right now. Buffon apparently wasn't world class, chat. Dele Alli failed. Thank you. Apparently Buffon wasn't world class. The chat agreed with me. The chat last night agreed with me. But everyone will say, oh, React, you're young. You know, we've seen more footballers than you. Well, maybe I've seen these footballers more than you. I've watched Jamal more. I've watched Elise more. Answer, you've known me for over a year, yeah? How much do I talk about Michael Elise and how much do I actually watch with Michael Elise? You know me backstage, my bro. You know what I'm like on and off stream. How much do I talk about Michael Elise off stream? And how much I watch him, how much I like him as a footballer and giving him plaudits and plaudits. So it's not even like I'm chatting fucking bollocks. Brian Bruma let him grow. Again, context, did he outshine everyone around him and go straight to the first team? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. All these players did. What the fuck? I don't need to look up the definition. Because I can look up a definition how to cook a curry. There's different ways. Exactly. Ansar knows what I'm like backstage and on stage. He knows what I'm like backstage. So he knows it's not like some gimmick. Go and ask Zia. He'll tell you. And if you really want, go and ask Liam. Go and ask others. That's the one that gets me. Harry Kane ain't fucking world class. Buffon was not world class. So was Neuer not world class then? You clearly do it. It's the most agreed upon statement. So why does everyone in the chat agree with me then? By the way, my community agreed. Uncle's community agreed. We've got 50 people in the building right now. 50 people agree. Thank you. Define world class. The best player in their position. That's world class. The best player where they can carry their team or country on their fucking back, like Lamine Yamal has. He's playing for the European champions. He's not playing for some dusty nation. Exactly, world class top 3 in every position. Yeah, I hear that. Here's one. So Kimmich is generational talent because Pep and all these coaches rated him. Yeah. Yeah. Harry Kane at world class fucking gets me. I'm sorry, but that one's mad. Lewis, apparently, Yamal won the Euros at 17 and 18. He was 16. Lewis, did Lamine Yamal win the Euros at 16 years old? Was Lamine Yamal not breaking European records at the Euros 2024 at 16 years old that no record has been broken? He came second in a Ballon d'Or at fucking 18 years old. 18! What's Rio doing? Oh. Was Ibrahimovic world class? There you go. Cop. Was Zlatan world class? I'm really intrigued what you put for this one, Cop. Was Ibrahimovic world class? Yay or nay in your opinion, please. Exactly, Lewis. Someone that watches Barcelona week in, week out. Cop, yeah, I know, but I want to know, do you think Zlatan Ibrahimovic was world class, yes or no? I'm really intrigued. Just please, do you think he's world class? Yes, based on what he achieved multiple seasons. But you guys said yesterday, you three, to be world class, you have to win a Champions League or a World Cup. Ibrahimovic hasn't won any, so I've caught you out again. Thank you. Is Alex Ferguson the best football coach? When players like Yamal, Elise are on the pitch, instant fear factor for defences. Yamal was carrying Barcelona oh my God. He's put Barcelona on his back for the past 3 fucking seasons. The past 3 seasons from the age of 15. Rio's written from our fucking academy, for fuck's sakes. Zlatan is not world class. Oh my god. What the fuck? The Kane world class one gets me, I can't lie. That's mental. Buffon, not world class. That's mental. That is mental. Chat, smash up the likes. Let's see if we can push towards 100 likes, by the way. We're on 84. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We've been live for over 2 hours. What time's the Spain game? In like 2 hours. We'll do another 5 minutes. Vodka is on vodka. Your man is levels above Rio. And that's another Liverpool fan. And I guarantee you, Lewis, because I know your name's Bring Back Nunes, perhaps I know you changed your name. Lewis, I guarantee you watch Barcelona regularly. Because I know you do. Because I know you watch football like that. Footy, I think you better look up Ibrahimovic. He won 34 major trophies. I didn't say about the trophies he won. You said to be world class, you got to win a World Cup, a Euro, or either a Euros or a Champions League. Zlatan Ibrahimovic won none of them. He didn't win it with Sweden, and he didn't win a Champions League. Nunes is better than Rio. Context matters. Yamal played for Barca because they had no money and no needed players. Rio couldn't even get into the Liverpool team and was at Chelsea most of his life. But yes, Yamal is insane. Facts. I just can't believe why. Yeah, I do watch Barca quite a lot, and Yamal is ridiculously good. Thank you. Another person that watches Barcelona on the regular. All the people that say these sort of things don't watch Barcelona or Bayern Munich week in, week out. They don't. They just don't. I'm convinced. There's no way on earth you don't watch Barcelona week in, week out and say Yamal is not a generational talent and not world class. There's not. There fucking is not. There's not. Same for Michael Elise. There just isn't. I'm convinced. I am convinced. All the people in the chat watch football. Yeah, but I'm convinced they don't watch Barcelona or Bayern Munich. Because we're on about Michael Elise, Harry Kane, and Lamine Yamal. They are all 3 world-class footballers. And there was no confused about it because no one in my chat said I'm confused. So I'm not even confused. Based on? What do you mean? Based on? What do you mean by based on? Most people only watch 3 or 4 games a week. It shows. Yeah. You still doing that show at 9 p.m, bro? Have you got Twitter, mate? If you got Twitter, follow me on Twitter. My link's in the description. Fully Reacts TV on Twitter. It's the same profile pic, my friend. Message me on Twitter if you're on Twitter, my friend. Or ask if you got Copfather's number. Obviously, don't put it in the chat, obviously. Ask Copfather for my number. Because obviously I'm not going to say my number out loud in it. Do you know what I mean? I don't want people ringing me. You can take winning stuff as a measure because it's a team winning trophies. Watch out for the next few years. His Barca Academy is another top talent coming through. Listen, Cop, so are we locking in the debate? Because I want to make it a fair one, right? So Cop he has me on Discord. Cop, message him privately on Discord. Like, do you know, like how you can message people private on Discord? Message, or just message me on Twitter. If not, I will be live at 9 o'clock. And I'll just put the link in the fucking chat. I'll just put the link in the chat. Any fucker can come on. We'll have a fucking jolly up. I'm going to get some drinks for the show. And yet you spend 80 million on Gordon. Pele didn't play or win the UCL. Yeah, he's still the best player in the world. To be fair, Pele won 3 World Cups. Pele did win 3 World Cups. To be fair, Ravi. World class is being one of the top 3 or so in your position over 3 or more seasons. Facts. Yamal is starting for Spain. Facts. Is Rio Gamero starting for England over Anthony Gordon, over Marcus Rashford? No. No, he isn't. And I don't want it to come across like I've got an agenda on Rio. Like I don't. Chat knows I rate Rio and Gamoa. But I watch Barcelona on a regularly alongside with Bayern Munich because I like, there's certain footballers I like. Hence why I talk about how I rate Bradley Barker a lot. Yeah? So, chat, smash up the likes, hit the subscribe. I'm going to wrap up because I've been live for over fucking 2 hours. Appreciate the likes in the stream. 87 likes. We've gained shitloads of subs today. Appreciate everyone, man. The support over the past, I would say, genuinely week. The channel has, yeah, it's been mental. I can't lie. You know, we're booming. We're booming. We're booming. Nice to meet everyone. Yeah, bless up, bro. Yeah, so we are going to be going live at 9 o'clock tonight. Hopefully there's some more updates. If not, I will be having a debate with everyone that wants to have a debate. So how does calling Rio Gamora trigger you? It doesn't trigger me. I just don't want people comparing him to Yamal. Take it as this sort of thing. I just don't want my personal player, Rio, getting the pressure. I just want him to enjoy his football. That's me. I just want to enjoy him. I don't want to put pressure on him by saying he's a generational talent, he's world class, or he's this and that. When Rio's on the football pitch, I just want to enjoy him. I just want to enjoy what he's doing. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Appreciate everyone, man. Yeah, big up Little Cop Out. You're welcome on the show as well, my friends. I will be live at 9. Hopefully there's been more updates. Yeah. So, yeah. It's not pressure, it's facts. We'll debate it at 9 o'clock. I'm going to go and chill. Chat. Appreciate every single one of you. Make sure you smash on the like, hit the subscribe on your way out. And I will be back live tonight. I think I'm also doing the Spain game. I might try and do the Spain game as well. So yeah, appreciate everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Stay God bless as always. Again, bless up to all the fathers out there. Enjoy Father's Day. And bless up to all the mumsies as well. You know, that are doing what a dad's job should be doing. Also looking after their children. And again, bless up to the granddads as well. And, you know, anyone that's going through a tough time today, whether, you know, due to circumstances or stuff like that, look, you know, I lost my dad at a young age when I was born, so I know what people are going through. So DMs are always open. Follow me on Twitter, FurryXTV, or yeah, if you want to message me like that, you know, don't like, what's the word? Suffer in silence. Speak up if you can. Obviously, if you got to feel comfortable doing it. Yeah, don't forget the great granddads. Yeah, bless up to the great granddads. Bless up to the great granddads. Look, how about just bless up to all the granddads? Bless up to all the dads, and again, bless up to the mumsies in particular as well that are, you know, looking after their children. You know, whether maybe their fathers are no longer here, or whether their father was a scumbag and they should have done what a dad should have done. So, yeah, appreciate everyone so much for watching. Take care, stay God bless, and I'll be back live later tonight, hopefully with some more news. Take care. Peace. Oh, wrong button.